Hello students, let's start our new part of the lesson of the age of industrialization. In this new part, before the industrial revolution, we are going to deal the various aspects of industrialization before the actual factories and industries came up. Now, we already discussed in earlier chapter that the importance of industrialization, the consequences of industrialization, and how the industrialization has created revolutionary changes in the lives of human beings. Everything we have discussed in early part in the interpretation of two images. Now, in this part, we are going to discuss what was the situation of industrialization or what was the situation of handmade production before the actual industries and factories set up in England or many countries in Europe. So let's move to the another part. You know that what was the industrialization? Was it mean the growth of factories or the growth of industries? If growth of industries and factories began spreading in the countries of Europe, it means automatically there was also growth of factory workers or industrial workers. So these factory workers and industrial workers is closely related to the setting up of factories and industries in Europe. But here we are going to deal with the different phase, a very important phase of industrialization before the factories and industries set up on the land of England. So let us see what is meant by industrialization once again. Industrialization means setting up of factories or industries at large number to manufacture various products and various items in the industries with the help of machines, tools and technological advancement is referred as industrialization. Okay, now there was large scale production before the factories and industries came up in the countryside, and this large scale production was not based on factories and industries. Therefore, many historians refer this period as proto-industrialization. 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 Now, remember this proto means what? Proto means early form of something or some early period. Means early period of industrialization before the actual factories and industries set up. So this is called proto-industrialization. Means it is a very simple thing to understand that when there were no factories and industries set up in England or in European countries, that time was there no manufacturing of production? Yes, there was manufacturing of various products, but it was not manufactured or prepared in the factories or industries. Why? Because there were no factories and industries came in England or in European countries. There, but the most of the production was made by hand, and this production in the domestic unit is known as proto-industrial production, or this period is known as proto-industrialization period. Okay, clear? Next. Now, in this proto-industrialization period, in 17th and 18th century, in 17th and 18th century, many merchants began moving from towns to countryside. Merchants from towns in Europe to countryside. Means there were many merchants in the towns or urban areas who were not capable or who were not very much rich in carrying out business activities or in carrying out trading activities in towns. Therefore, some merchants who wanted to expand their businesses in the towns could not survive there. Why? Because in towns, there were powerful guilds. Guilds. Now, what is meant by guilds? Guilds means association of merchants. Guilds means associations of merchants. it is there is a Chamber of Commerce in India. Chamber of Commerce is an association of traders and entrepreneurs. In a similar way, guilds were also associations of merchants and traders in Europe, especially in England. And these guilds were so powerful that they restricted the entry of new merchants into the trade. And another things they were also implementing that they trained craftspeople and maintained the market system. They regulated price and they maintained control over the production. These people restricted the new merchants into the trade because rulers means who were ruling. These rulers granted the guilds monopoly right. And because of this monopoly right, they became powerful. They could do anything, whatever they wanted. And that is why when new merchants wanted to survive and wanted to expand business in the towns, that time new merchants could not survive in towns. So in 17th and 18th century, they began moving to the countryside. Moved to countryside. Countryside means here villages. Now, after discussing this part, why did merchants move from towns to countryside? I think you have understood well the answer of this question. Once again, listen. Why did merchants from towns in Europe began moving to the countryside? Okay, we have already discussed here because guilds were powerful and they had monopoly rights with them and they restricted the entry of new people into the trade. Now, after moving in the countryside, what was the reaction of countryside people to the merchants? We have to see and we have to look the details of this situation in the countryside, because in countryside there were forest area which was restricted to the common people. The common lands were disappearing and it was enclosed, and that is why agricultural laborers, artisans and peasants had tiny plots of land, and these tiny plots of land they were cultivating. But the income from this cultivation of tiny plots of land was not sufficient or was not enough to meet the demands of all family members. Therefore, they were eagerly waiting some alternative source of income. And when merchants came in countryside and they began giving the advances to them before the work started, that time many artisans, peasants, farmers, landless laborers, workers, these people started taking the advances from these merchants and began working with them. So in this way, when countryside people started working with the merchants, that time there were some benefits for them. Number one benefit, due to working with the merchants, countryside people remain in their native places along with the cultivation of tiny plots of land, means along with the agricultural activities. Second, income from this proto-industrialization period was supplemented to the shrinking income from the cultivation. Means in earlier they were just cultivating the lands, which was not enough for all the family members. And when merchants came and gave advances to these people and they started working with them along with the cultivation income was supported by the income from proto-industrialization. Another important benefit to the countryside people that they could use the entire family members, means fuller use of family members in this weaving activities with the merchants. In this way, proto-industrialization period was one of the important period of the income sources for many countryside people who had no sources of income for livelihoods or for their survival.